Good morning, dear students. Let us study the poem The Patriot by Nizam Ezekiel. See, The Patriot is one of the group of poems termed very Indian English poem. This is one of the poems grouped under very Indian English poems. It is a lively, humorous poem of 46 lines. The length of this poem is 46 lines. It is very lively and very humorous. It is one among the very Indian English poems written by Nizam Ezekiel. Another the poem that we studied, Goodbye Party to Miss Pushpa T.S. This is one such a poem under that group. In this poem, Nizam Ezekiel painstakingly studies the Indian speech habits and mental attitude. The poem reflects Indian speech habits and mental attitude of the Indian people. Bharatiya Janara speech habits, that is Indian English, Indianized English, and their mental attitude, their culture, ಅವರ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪೊಯಮ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. In this poem, the poet deliberately employs inappropriate language to suggest that such a language is typical Indian English. The poet knows English very well. Even then, he employs inappropriate English language in the poem to show the typical Indian English. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ how Indians speak English and to show their mental attitude, the poet uses inappropriate language in this poem. He also gives the speaker amusing mental attitudes and thought patterns which Indians are supposed to have. He gives the amusing mental attitudes. The Indian mental attitude is very amusing, and their patterns are also reflected in the poem. So the speaker here speaks to a visitor. In this particular poem, the speaker of the poem speaks to a visitor. Somebody has visited him and he speaks to that person. Here the speaker shows the mental attitude of the Indian people. Let us come to the poem, The Patriot. The speaker says, I am standing for peace and non-violence. I am standing is in present continuous tense. Actually, it should be I stand for peace and non-violence. The speaker propounds, advocates, or follows peace and non-violence. These are the two weapons of Gandhiji. Strong weapons that Gandhiji used for freedom fight. ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಚಳವಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಬಳಸಿದಂಥ ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಬಲವಾದ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಗಳು ಪೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. ನಾನು ಪೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಐ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. ವೈ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್? Look at the language that he uses. Why the world is fighting? It is a repetition of certain words that is not there in English language. It is an Indianized language. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಇದು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸಲ್ಲಿ in order to emphasize certain things we repeat the words. It is not there in English. But the speaker uses the repetition of these words to show that Indians speak in the way they speak their mother tongues, regional languages. there is an interference of the mother tongue or regional language in their English speaking. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಮದರ್ ಟಂಗಿನ ಅಥವಾ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವೈ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್. ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ. one country fights with the another, another with another. Why all people of the world are not following Mahatma Gandhi? Even though Gandhiji advocated the peace and non-violence and he got success, he taught a great lesson to this entire world, to this mankind. People talk about Gandhi, they talk about his peace and non-violence. They appreciate it everywhere in the world, but when it comes to practice, they do not follow Mahatma Gandhiji and his principles. ಜನ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಗಾಂಧಿಯ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸನ್ನು ತಾವು ಮಾತ್ರ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ, ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಫಾಲೋ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನದರ್ Indianized English sentence. I do not understand why people are not following Mahatma Gandhiji and his principles. ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಜನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವೈ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ and his two contribution to this world, peace and non-violence. Ancient Indian wisdom is 100% correct. Ancient Indian wisdom, which is appreciated a lot by the people, is 100% correct. Is correct means acceptable. I should say even 200% correct. Percent means 100. Maximum is 100. There is no question of 200, 300, 400. But it is an Indian way of speaking. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದವರು 100%ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. There cannot be more than 100%. But it is an Indian way to emphasize. That is why the poet uses or the speaker uses these words. I should say even 200% correct. But modern generation is neglecting. But the modern generation, the younger generation or the present day generation is neglecting the Indian wisdom, which is true. We do not pay much attention to the Indian wisdom. We are after the Western knowledge, Western wisdom. Too much going for passion and foreign things. Too much is again an Indian expression, Indianized English. Too much going. Too many people are after passion and go for foreign things, neglecting the Indian things, Indian wisdom, Indian knowledge. It is a very sad development. ಭಾಳ ದುರಂತದ ಕಥೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ modern generation, the present day generation of India is neglecting the Indian wisdom, Indian knowledge. Too many from the younger generation, they are after the Western fashions. They go after the westernized things. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪಾಶ್ಚಿಮಾತ್ಯ, they are all westernized. They forget their own native culture, native language, native things. ಸ್ಥಳೀಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಮರೆತು, so the poet feels very sorry, the speaker feels sorry for that. The other day I am reading a newspaper. Other day, you see, I should have used the past tense form. The other day I was reading a newspaper. But he says, other day I am reading newspaper. It is a past event. It is a past event. The other day, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, he was reading a newspaper. ನಿನ್ನೆನೋ ಮೊನ್ನೆನೋ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಸೇಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್, ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ರಾಂಗ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಟು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮೈ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಅಗೇನ್ he says, he reads Times of India every day to improve his English. Not reading English Times of India every day. We do not use time expression every day with continuous tense form. I read Times of India every day. Why does he read English newspaper Times of India every day? To improve his English. It is very ironical here that even though he reads English newspaper Times of India to improve his English every day, he is not able to speak the correct English. He speaks Indianized English. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ಈ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ಹೌ ಒನ್ ಗುಂಡಾ ಫೆಲೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಅಟ್ ಇಂದಿರಾಬೆನ್. How one Gunda, he talks about the political developments in the country. Gunda fellow is an Indianized word. Gunda fellow. Threw stones at Indira Ben. Indira Ben may refer to Indira Gandhi, who was the Prime Minister of India then at that time. A Gunda pelted stones at Indira Ben. What does it show? It shows youth unrest. ಯುವಕರ ಅಶಾಂತಿಯನ್ನು ಅನ್ರೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, unrest fellow. He may be a student, a young fellow who is restless. Ashanti. I am thinking. That is why the speaker thinks. I think, not thinking. Friends, Romans, countrymen, I am saying, lend me your ears. So he takes this situation from Julius Caesar, one of the Shakespearean plays. Romans, lend me your ears. ಜನರನ್ನು ಮೆಚ್ಚಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ತಾವು ಹೇಳದೆ ಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ರೋಮನ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಮೆನ್ ಟು ಲೆಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಟು. ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಭಾಳ ಪೊಲೈಟಾಗಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಯರ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ರೋಮನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಮೆನ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಸೇ ಲೆಂಡ್ ಮಿ ಯುವರ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಲೆಂಡ್ ಮಿ ಯುವರ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ವೈಲ್. ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್. ಏನು? ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್, ರಿಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್, ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಸೆಪ್ಷನ್. These are the bombastic words that the speaker uses. It is an habit of the Indians to use big words like this. Bombastic words. ಇದು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದವರ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದರೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಸೇಮರು. ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್? ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್. Regenerate. Remuneration, salary like or something paid for the work you do. Contraception, it is related to the birth control. You see, when Ezekiel wrote this poem, India was under emergency. The government tried to introduce contraceptives, birth control medicines. That is why the poet uses the word regeneration, remuneration, contraception. Everything is coming in this country. ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Regeneration is coming, remuneration is coming. Contraception pills are also coming. Be patiently, brothers and sisters. Be patiently, not be patient. Have peace. Wait, have patience. Brothers and sisters. ಈ ದೇಶದ brothers and sisters, have patience. Don't come into the streets, you will get everything. Then he talks about the drinks. You want one glass lassi? Lassi is a drink that is produced in India. You want one glass lassi? Look at the word price. One glass lassi. Do you want a glass of lassi? A glass of preposition is omitted and an article is also omitted. One glass. An Indian way of using English. You want one glass of lassi? Very good for digestion. He says lassi, an Indian drink, is very good for digestion. With a little salt, a lovely drink. If you add a pinch of salt to that drink, it is a very lovely drink. It is far better than wine. Don't go for wine, it is a westernized drink. Go for lassi, he says. Not that I am ever tasting the wine. It doesn't mean that I know both the drinks, lassi and wine. That is why I am advising you people on the basis of my experience. ನನಗೆ ಅನುಭವ ಇದೆ, ಲಸ್ಸಿ ಅನುಭವನೂ ಇದೆ, ವೈನಿನ ಅನುಭವ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್, ವೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಸ್ಸಿ. ನಾಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎವರ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ವೈನ್. I am the total teetotaler. Teetotaler is the one who never drinks any alcoholic drinks. Never drinks, but he uses another term, total. Total teetotaler. Total is another unnecessary word, Indianized. Completely total. These are all the Indianized expressions. But I say, wine is for the drunkards only, regular drunkards. The speaker says, I say, tell you, wine is for the drunkards only, not for the common people. You go for lassi and other things. Then he talks about the world peace. The speaker talks about the world peace. What you think of prospects of world peace? You see, the helping verb is missing in the sentence. What do you think of the prospects of the world peace? The world peace. What do you think of the prospects of the world peace? As Gandhi advocated, we talk about world peace. We are very good at talking about world peace. But what do you think of the prospects of the world peace? ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ನೆಲೆಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ? The questions. Because there are so many doubts, we cannot say that we can have world peace in the days to come. Even though we speak about world peace, we go on fighting every day. Fight with the other countries, neighboring countries, in various ways. ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ನೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಎವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಸ್? ಸೊ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಸೇಸ್, ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, China is behaving like that. Look at the behavior of Pakistan and China, who are the two neighboring countries of India. They don't want to have peace with India. They don't want to be friends with India. They always fight with India. They find fault with India and try to wage war against India. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಾಗಿರೋಣ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ? ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ನೇಬರಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ನೋಡಿ, ದೇರ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಸ್. ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಶಾಂತಿಗೆ, ಗಾಂಧಿಯ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವರ್ತನೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಗರ್ ಟು ಫೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಭಾರತದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಜಗಳ ಕಾಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿಯೇ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ಫೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ದೇ pick fights for simple things. It is making me really sad. The speaker feels very sad for the developments that are taking place in India and its neighboring countries. I am telling you, I tell you, really, Most harassing me. Most harassing me is another Indianized expression. Really, I feel very sorry by the developments that are taking place. ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗಳು ನನಗೆ ಎರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮೀ, ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಮೀ ಎ ಲಾಟ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಭಾಳ ವಿಚಲಿತನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ಡ್. ಆಲ್ ಮೆನ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ he talks about the brotherhood. No, don't you think that we are all brothers? All human beings are brothers in India also, not only in the world. We cannot say the Germans are different, British are different, French are different, Indians are different. We are all brothers living in various countries of this world. ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಯಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗುಜರಾತೀಸ್, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಹಿಂದಿವಾಲಾಸ್, ತಮಿಳಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಕೇರಳೈಟ್ಸ್, ಆಂಧ್ರವಾಲಾಸ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್. Indians are also brothers, even though they belong to different states, speak different languages, practice different cultures. Though some are having funny habits. Even though we know all these things, some people will have some funny habits. They play mischiefs. ಕೆಲವರು ಹುಡುಗಾಟಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Funny habits. They do not bother about the consequences. They speak anything that they want to speak on. ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. They create disturbances. They are least bothered about the consequences. They do not think before they speak and act. ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. They are senseless. We are living in a matured world. We are all educated, civilized, cultured. Even then we do all such things. Then he speaks to the listener. Listener ಇವನ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. You tolerate me? You are tolerating me. Do you tolerate me? I tolerate you. You tolerate me, I tolerate you. He says. ನೀನು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಸಹಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಸಹಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಮೀ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ಬರು ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ, ಸಹನೆಯಿಂದ ಬಾಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಸ್. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಮೀ, ಐ ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಯು. ಒನ್ ಡೇ ರಾಮರಾಜ್ಯ ಈಸ್ ಶೂರ್ಲಿ ಕಮಿಂಗ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಾದರ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಸ್. We cannot live in harmony. We cannot be friends. One day or the other, yes, Gandhi dreamt, Ramarajya comes. ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ, yes, ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ dreamt, visualized in his dreams, ರಾಮರಾಜ್ಯ comes to this country. ರಾಮರಾಜ್ಯ ಈ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So he talks about Gandhian ideals and other things. Are you going? You see, are you going is the correct form of the question. You are going is an Indianized version. You are going. The listener is about to leave the place, but he will visit again. I know that he will come back and meet me at any time. You are always welcome. Anytime, any day. You are most welcome to come and meet me and discuss things. Exchange your views with me. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ. ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್, ಎನಿ ಡೇ ಈಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್. I am not believing in ceremony, he says. I do not believe. Not I am not believing is once again the present continuous form. I am not believing in ceremony. I don't want to celebrate anything. Always I am enjoying your company. Really, I feel very happy to discuss with you, people like you. ನಿನ್ನಂಥವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿನ್ನಂಥವರ ಕಂಪನಿ ಐ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ದಿ ಲಿಸನರ್ ಸೀಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟು ಗೋ. ಕೊನೆಗಾಲೆ ಇವನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಲಿಸನರಿಗೆ ಬೋರ್ ಆದಂತೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಅವನು ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್. ನಿನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮೊನೋಲಾಗ್, ಡ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಮೊನೋಲಾಗ್. ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ದಿ ಲಿಸನರ್ ಹೂಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್. So in the poem, the poet uses alliteration at so many places. Alliteration is the repetition of the same sound. Alliteration means the repetition of the same sound. It is a device, figure of speech used by the writers. ಅಲ್ಲಿಟರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸೌಂಡನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪೊಯೆಟಿಕ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ಸ್ ರಿಚ್ನೆಸ್ ಟು ದ ಪೋಯಮ್. ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪೋಯಮ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಈ ಪೋಯಮಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ 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 ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್, ರಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಫಾರಿನ್. One glass lassi, las lassi. You see, las and lassi. Little salt, lovely drink. Little lovely. Total teetotaler. Completely total. Total total. Total. Student unrest fellow. Ram Rajya. Ram Rajya. So there is a repetition of certain words, that is called alliteration. Ezekiel uses this device in the poem. Even he talks about regeneration, remuneration and contraception. The idea behind using these words probably is to make fun of speech patterns of Indian people. Indiaದ ಜನ in order to show that they are very very scholarly, they use such bombastic words. It is an Indian mental attitude. ಅದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ he uses these words, regeneration, remuneration and contraception. There is an alliteration even in regeneration, remuneration. All these words indicate the fondness of Indians for pompous words, bombastic words. Because the situation in which the speaker uses these words hardly has any relevance. The situation, ಸ್ಪೀಕರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ there was no need to use these words, regeneration, remuneration and contraception. This is an out of context situation. These lines very well show the mental attitude of half of the literate class in Indians. Not one or two. Most of the Indians, especially the educated class, uses such bombastic, pompous words. So there are so many words that create a typical Indian flavor. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದವರೇ ಬಳಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಫ್ಲೇವರನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪೋಯಮ್. Uses many words that create a typical Indian flavor. The idea behind using these words is to make fun of the typical Indian speech habits of the Indian speaker of English. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸು ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸ್, ಅವರ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ನೋ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದ ಪೊಯೆಟ್ ಯೂಸಸ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ದೀಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್: ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ 100%, 200% ಕರೆಕ್ಟು. ಗೂಂಡಾ ಫೆಲೋ ಈಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫೆಲೋ. ಬಿ ಪೇಷೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್. ಲಸ್ಸಿ. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಟೀಟೋಟಲರ್. Gujaratis, Hindiwalas, Ram Rajya, you are going, believing in ceremony. These are all the words which show the Indian flavor. Indianized words. And the rules of grammar and syntax. The speaker or the poet doesn't care about the rules of grammar and syntax in the poem. He uses present progressive tense for present indefinite tense, simple present tense. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಬಳಸೋ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಸ್ ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಐ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. It is making me very sad. It makes me very sad. I tell you. I am not believing in ceremony. I do not believe in ceremony. He also makes some other grammatical mistakes like absence of articles. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ the poet doesn't use certain articles. He omits articles here and there. Why world is fighting? Why the world is fighting? The world. Why all the people of the world, etc. Here he doesn't use the article before the world. The world refer to the only one. We use the definite article. You know when to use the definite article and indefinite articles. He also repeats certain words. For example, fighting. It is an inappropriate expression in English. Let us see some of the questions to assess our understanding. The poem Patriot was written during the time of emergency in 1977, soon after independence, before independence, during the early 70s. The emergency in 1977. That is why he uses contraceptions. The countries mentioned in the poem are Pakistan and China, England and America, Germany and England, India and Burma. The poet mentions two countries, Pakistan and China, two neighboring countries. The speaker reads which of the following newspapers in the poem The Patriot? Deccan Herald, Times of India, The Hindu, Indian Express. The speaker reads Times of India in the poem to improve his English. Fashion and foreign things. The figure of speech used in the expression is metaphor, alliteration, paradox, personification. Alliteration is the figure of speech used in this expression. Thank you for listening.